Bayonetta. Bayonetta. I've been up all night. Just made a video of all my Bayonettas running at the same time. Because I was trying to experience 4K HDR Bayonetta. Hold on a second. Sorry, I had to turn on my monitor. Yeah, I was trying to experience 4K HDR Bayonetta. And I thought that I could accomplish that on my Steam Deck. I thought it was powerful enough. I can get the HDR. I could get it running high graphics mode. But if I put it into 4K, like a slideshow, definitely not 60 frames per second. So I could only really get it running good at 720p, which is basically PS3 and Switch versions in HDR. This is a special 10-year anniversary PS4 re-release of Bayonetta. Came out around the same time as the PS4 Pro, so it was patched on the PS4 Pro to run in 1440p 60 frames a second. And it also runs on the PS5 1440p 50 frames a second, or 60 frames a second. So, of all the Bayonettas I own, this is the most graphically impressive version of Bayonetta. I realized that last night. I expected more out of my Steam Deck, but you know, Steam Deck's great, but it is a handheld. Same thing with the Switch and the Switch 2. They're both handhelds. Running Bayonetta on my crappy laptop. I have to run it on low graphics mode. But it's still fun to play it on my crappy laptop. But I realized my wired Xbox 360 controller, the thumbstick, was broken, so I took it apart and realized it was not fixable. So I threw it away. I'll buy another one on Amazon next time I get money for 15 bucks. Because it is fun to play Bayonetta on my laptop. I don't know why. It's fun to just be able to play Bayonetta in so many different ways. But I'm playing this because I've been up all night, I'm delirious, and I figured, what the hell, you know? I have a video of playing this Bayonetta from like over a year ago. I'll go briefly into the story of how I discovered Bayonetta. But sound of the game drowned out my commentary, my story of Bayonetta. So now I've decided to turn down the volume of the game while recording this. But yeah, I'm like beyond obsessed with Bayonetta right now. Like, it's weird. All I do, I swear to God, is play Bayonetta and eat avocado toast. I've been on this binge, this bender, this Bayonetta and avocado toast bender for days now. I pop a lot of nicotine lozenges too. But yeah, I documented all the Bayonettas running in my house last night. Well, I guess it was early in the morning. It was 6 in the morning. And Bayonetta controls really well too. I like the Switch Bayonetta because of the costumes. But if I'm going to be honest with myself, this is the best Bayonetta I own. Actually, it's the Steam PC version of Bayonetta is the best Bayonetta I own. But I just don't have the computer power to run it. And it's 4K, 60 frames per second. HDR mode. This Bayonetta, even though it is in 1440p, it's not an HDR. So, the Steam machine is coming out in early 2026. Bayonetta is part of my Steam library. So, the moment I get my Steam machine, I will already own Bayonetta for it. Steam machine is 6 times as powerful as the Steam Deck. So I figure that the Steam machine will be able to run this 4K 60 frames per second HDR Bayonetta that I'm waiting for. And I'll wait patiently. But if I was on the fence about getting this Steam machine, now I have no choice. I have to get the Steam machine to play 4K HDR 60 frames per second Bayonetta. The optimal Bayonetta mode. So it looks like I'm getting a Steam machine. I want one anyway. But this looks really, really good. I was reading some, I guess it's just some AI bullshit that the PS4 Pro version of Bayonetta is 4K and the PS5 is only 1440p. Bogus information. AI is bullshit. Total bullshit. Because I went on backwardscompatibility.com, and both the PS5 and the PS4 Pro version of Bayonetta run at 1440p 60 frames per second. Except for these cutscenes run at 30 frames per second.
Some places in this world
But
are closer to Paradiso.
Switch is
the rat hole of a town you and I live in is close
720p targeted 60 frames per second, but it dips.
Paradiso than anyone should ever be. And that shit just plain creeps me out.
Same thing with the PS3 version. They're basically the same version. And Wii U. Oh shit, I didn't run my Wii U version of Bayonetta. I got another version of Bayonetta that I could have put in my video. But I don't have my Wii U set up. That's in the back room where it should be.
Another one looking to line his pockets.
Failure of the system.
I'm beginning to see why Enzo is so fond of you.
Real
The
cute.
Virtual Boy is a bigger success than the Wii U.
Your fights are yours alone.
They're not going to make a Nintendo Switch Online Wii U
So don't get any bright ideas about coming to me for help.
30 years.
No, you get one thing straight. I'm not the
That's weird, I wouldn't
slightest
be
bit
dead in
interested
30
in the
years.
fact that you made these guns.
The amount of time in between
If you get in my
when
way,
I played
how do the Americans put it?
Virtual
Yes.
Boy, when I rented it
Bust a
from
cap in
Blockbuster.
your ass.
Right on, baby.
And
Right on.
that was 30 years ago. And then 30 years from now, I'll be 76 years old. So that's the difference between when the Virtual Boy came out and the amount of time between when the Virtual Boy came out. So, you know, don't take life for granted, because it really seems like I was playing that Virtual Boy yesterday. I remember it so vividly. I remember how disgusting it was to try out the Virtual Boy in Walmart. It was like putting your face in a venereal disease. But I have pretty fond memories of playing the Virtual Boy when I rented it from Blockbuster. Just not enough to pay the full price for it when it came out, but I'll be getting it for the Wii U, or for the Switch, when it comes out in February. $100. It might be broke from buying the Steam machine, but I'll make sure I get that shit. I was on Facebook. All the nerds are already talking about the Sweet Machine. There was an article and it said, you know, the real sweet spot for the Steam machine will be $400. I was like, meh. Yeah, the real sweet spot for a bean burrito was 69 cents back in 2001, but a Steam machine is not going to be $400. You'll be lucky if it's $800. I'm guessing the base model will be $800, and the 2 terabyte model will be $1,000. That's my guess about the Steam machine. The real sweet spot of the Steam machine would be $400. The fucking Switch 2 is $400, and it's a PS4 Pro. That gave me a good laugh. I needed a good laugh, because I think the reason why I stayed up all night, and I'm so like on edge right now, and I'm just escaping into Bayonetta, is because I just watched one of the most disturbing videos I've ever seen. I'll leave a link to it in the description below, but be warned, you're gonna get freaked out. It's one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. And it could be a hoax, but it is the most elaborate hoax that I've ever, and convincing hoax that I've ever seen in my life. It's okay. So this guy named James, as far as what people's research have concluded, he is from South Dakota. And back in September, he made his first video on his YouTube channel. He had discovered this thing. It's like a metal tube. And it has Sanskrit written on it. On the ends of it. It's a cylindrical metal tube. It's shaped like a Tic Tac, but it's probably about 3 feet long, silver, and both ends have Sanskrit encryptions on them. And the guy James, I think he lives with his parents and he's just drunk all the time. He was drunk on the video I watched tonight that scared the shit out of me. But he was like in like some desert. He was in some place with sand. And he found this tube. And he said when he found it, it was like vibrating really fast. And it felt like it was alive. And it just kept vibrating less and less. And until he felt like, he said he felt like it died. Like it was alive and it died. It just kept vibrating less and less. But he's been making videos about the tube since September. He got a Geiger meter and tested the tube. It's radioactive. He's done interviews about the tube. He put the tube in his basement in this weird room with like cinder blocks on the wall, and it's like been making the electricity go weird in his house. It's been moving on its own. It's bizarre. The only thing that makes me think that it could be a hoax is that it's the Sanskrit engravings are kind of crudely put into it, and it looks welded on the ends of it. It doesn't. I mean, everyone is assuming that it's some kind of alien spaceship or something, some kind of technology. I need to read that. I need to see what someone just wrote on there because I'm talking about the tube. Hold on a second. I'll respond to your comment real quick. I just have to because I have my picture of my face. What are you even on about? Okay. What I'm on about is that I watched a video last night of this guy that has had this tube, and he's been making videos about it since September. I'll cut to the chase. he tried to drill into the tube last night, and it killed him. He did a live stream of himself drilling into this mysterious tube, metal tube, with Sanskrit engraved on it. Could be a UFO. I think it was man-made, some kind of witchcraft, some kind of demonic thing. It reminded me of what they called the brain in the mannequins in Long Legs. It's some kind of witchcraft. And he drilled into the tube, and he goes, oh shit, or oh my god, or something, and he turns around, and there's this bright blue light behind him in his basement that just shows up. And then he's like, I'm sorry, and then he drops his phone, and then he's just like it's, if you've ever seen like a gore video of someone dying, they don't sound like how people die in movies. They sound like weird, and he just sounded, it sounded like it was a person dying. And then the live stream just kept going until his phone died, and it cut off. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you look on YouTube or Reddit or anything like that for James Tube UFO, you can find the video before it gets taken down. But yeah, I'm just talking about the video I watched last night. It was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. And so I've just been up all night escaping into Bayonetta, trying not to think about this tube. Once the stream is over, I'll leave a link in the description below of the live stream of the tube killing the James. But you can probably find it if you look hard enough. People do anything for clout, and I'm not watching it. Also, I'm very chatty when it comes to this game. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know why I'm obsessed with this game. I'll talk about why I'm obsessed with this game. It's a bit lighter of a story. I'd never heard of this game. I just bought a PS3. I was going to buy Red Dead 2 because it just come out, and I went to Walmart like 3 in the morning to buy Red Dead 2 because the only game I had bought for my PS3 at the time was Street Fighter 4. Should have bought Red Dead 2 right when I bought my PlayStation 3. I'm not playing it on PS3. I'm playing it on PS5. This is the 1440p graphics Bayonetta. The best graphics you can get for Bayonetta on a console, but the best graphics you can get for Bayonetta is the PC version. It's in 4K HDR. 60 frames per second, but I don't have a powerful enough PC to run it. But I'm gonna buy the Steam machine just so I can run that version of Bayonetta. But yeah, back when I first got a PS3, I went to buy Red Dead 2 at Walmart at like 3 in the morning, and there was a dwarf there, and yeah, I've heard that I heard the Xbox is the original Bayonetta, and it's not as good on PS3. But I was in line to get Red Dead 2. We had to get the guy to open up the display case, and standing next to me was a dwarf, or a midget, or a little person, whatever you want to call him. And I got my Red Dead 2, and the Walmart guy asked the dwarf what he wanted, and he goes, Bayonetta. And then the Walmart worker started laughing at him, and he was like, that's just Devil May Cry with bikinis. And then the dwarf was like, yeah, I know, but I played the demo, and I just really, really wanted to play it. I really have to play this game. That began my fascination with Bayonetta. I bought it, probably about a year later. And then I bought it when it came with Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U. And I've been obsessed with Bayonetta ever since. And I've been playing it all week. I've been playing 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch, or Switch 2. It runs at 60 frames per second on the Switch 2 at least. It's still 720p like the PS3 version. Well, I guess there is no PS3 version of 2 and 3, but Bayonetta 2 and 3 look very, very good on the Switch 2. A sec. I should change the location of my camera. So I found everything. I don't have the 360 version. Yeah, I guess the only version I don't have is the 360 version. I might have the 360 version. I don't know. I have a lot of 360 games, but my 360 doesn't work. It's because it's an Xbox. I gotta get it fixed. But I'll have to look through my collection and see if I have the 360 version. But that's the only version that I might not have. I might have it. Yeah, I got all 3 games. I got Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U on launch, and then I rented Bayonetta 3 from the library when it came out, just on the Switch. And I don't know if you played it on the Switch, but it doesn't run very well on the Switch. It's very glitchy. So I was disappointed, but now that I've played it on the Switch too, it's like, okay, this is how it's meant to be played. It runs great on the Switch too. The only problem is it's not the real Bayonetta voice. But from what I understand, the real Bayonetta voice lady wanted a whole lot of money to play Bayonetta again, like a 6-figure income. So they just got basically the best female voice actress in the biz to replace her as Bayonetta. But and she does a good mimic. I'll say she does. She sounds. I mean, I wouldn't even have noticed if I wasn't trying to notice. But she does. She's not as powerful. Her voice is definitely not as powerful as the original Bayonetta actress. She doesn't convey the same Umbra Witch power as the real Bayonetta. But she definitely is a consummate professional, and she did the best she could possibly do. They called the right person to replace Bayonetta, and it's not a game ruining thing. But yeah, I've been enjoying all the Bayonettas all week long. Yeah, I just it's a hyper fixation right now in my life, and I don't know what's gotten into me. I found everything in each game. No, the only Bayonetta that I've even beaten is Bayonetta 2. I mean, I am obsessed with Bayonetta, just because of that story with the dwarf. But I only really played it every once in a while until this week. I just got obsessed with it. I don't know why. I just can't stop thinking about it. So that's just what I've been doing. Just non-stop Bayonetta all week long. And especially tonight, God, I'm sucking at this. I ran all my Bayonettas except for the Wii U version, all at the same time. I had it running on my PC, my Steam Deck, my Switch 1, my Switch 2, and my PS5, all at the same time. I lit up my house with Bayonetta. I think I'll never forget that moment in my life. I don't know what got into me. I've been up all night, really freaked out by that video of the guy drilling into the tube, and I just escaped into Bayonetta. I'm delirious right now. So, you know, I just decided, what the hell, I'll go live on PS5 or PS4 or whatever 10-year anniversary remake of Bayonetta. I've already just gone completely nuts with Bayonetta for the past week or so. I may as well just keep going, just get even more crazy. I'm just fucking silly. I'm just fucking crazy. And so I'm just going for it. I'm just really going for it. But, I hope you're right about the metal tube guy, that he just did it for clout, and he was, and it's all a hoax, because I don't know. He seems drunk all the time. He lives with his parents. I mean, I'm speaking about him in the present tense. I think he's dead. I should say he lived with his parents. He was drunk all the time. I don't know if he was capable of setting up like such an elaborate hoax that went on for months like this. But I mean, you very well could be right. You know, I don't want to think it's true. And his channel wasn't monetized or anything. And he wouldn't tell his last name. He wouldn't show his face. He wasn't trying to get famous. But, you know, he could just be a weirdo and just wanted to really fool the world, just for kicks, like the Joker or something. Yes, I am. Oh, what's up, Tyler? I am a Bayonetta bandit. I just can't stop. I can't stop Bayonetta. I was just talking, Tyler. This is the best console version of Bayonetta. It's 1440p, 60 frames per second. But since you have a high-end PC, I recommend that you download Bayonetta on your Steam account, because you can experience Bayonetta 60 frames per second, 4K HDR. The ultimate Bayonetta. You can experience that on your high-end PCs. I tried it on my Steam Deck. I could only get it. I could get it in HDR, but I could only get it in 720p. So you can probably find it cheap on Steam. It's always on sale. I think I bought it on Steam for like $5. Yeah, I've made two Bayonetta unboxing videos this week. I've made 3 Bayonetta playthrough videos. I made my video of all the Bayonettas running at the same time last night, and I'm doing this Bayonetta live right now. It's all my new Bayonetta playlist. Yeah, you should check it out on Steam, because since you got a high-end PC, you'll be able to experience it in its optimal form. Yeah, the first playthrough I did was Bayonetta 2. No, wait, Bayonetta 1, because I bought Bayonetta. No, it might have been Bayonetta 3, because I rented Bayonetta 3 from the library, and I was still trying to figure out my microphone, and the sound was way off, and I forgot I even filmed that. But then this past week I bought Bayonetta 1, 2, and 3 for the Switch, so I've recorded playthroughs of all 3. But now I'm live streaming Bayonetta PS4 with the 1440p PS4 Pro patch, just because I realized how much better it looks than the one on the Switch. When I lit up my house with Bayonetta last night. Every version of Bayonetta I had. I just ran them all at the same time. Oh no, you don't have. You know what I'm going to do right now? Hold on 1 second. This is what I needed to do in the first place. There. Now I can see what everyone's saying, and you don't have to worry about interrupting. I can just read it off the screen. My camera feed was blocking the text, so now I can read this. I don't have to look at my phone to read. So feel free to speak freely. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I'm getting a Steam machine, just so I can play that 4K HDR Bayonetta. That's solidified my decision. I'm definitely buying the Steam machine, just so I can play Bayonetta, because I already have it in my Steam library. And the Steam machine is 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck, so I think the Steam machine should be able to handle the optimized version of Bayonetta with ease. I think it'll be a piece of cake for the Steam machine. So getting the Steam machine. Yeah, it's the same guy that made Devil May Cry. But he left he left Capcom for Platinum Games to make Bayonetta. And this definitely has a more Platinum Games feel than a Capcom feel. It's just it's a campy, it's campy. It's pure camp. It's silly. It's a silly game. But it's also awesome at the same time. It has a very deep advanced combo system. So it makes it a very entertaining game. It's entertaining in a humorous way. Bayonetta's really hot, so it's entertaining in that way, and it shows her butt all the time. It shows her butt in the intro scene of every single game. It's very humorous, but yeah, I mean, I should probably get a good PC instead of a Steam machine, but my growing up, my dad, the only computer he got us when I was a kid was a Macintosh Performa, like the same exact ones they had at school. So yeah, that's why I'm getting it, because I don't even know how to. I don't even know the slightest thing about setting up a high-end PC. So it is perfect for a person like me that grew up with Macintoshes. So I wish my dad would have got us a real computer as a kid. So I would be a lot more computer literate in my life. But I had the Macintosh Performa, so I'm a perfect candidate for the Steam machine. Yeah, I gotta get one. The controller looks really comfortable because it's basically a Steam Deck in a controller form. And the Steam Deck is very, very comfortable to hold, so I think the controller will be very, very comfortable to hold. I wish I would have bought one of those Steam boxes when they came out several years ago, 10 years ago. I guess that the Steam machine is going to come out as as a screw you to all the people that didn't buy the Steam box. Oh, it feels like a Dreamcast? Hell yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. A Dreamcast with 2 analog sticks. That was the only fatal flaw of the Dreamcast controllers, that it only had 1 analog stick. But it's basically the 3D controller for the Saturn. They look exactly the same, so they modeled it after that. And the N64 only had 1 analog stick. Only the PlayStation DualShock at the time had adopted the analog stick, the dual analog stick. So it's Dreamcast, you know, I'm sure hindsight's 2020. They probably figured the VMU was enough. They didn't need dual analog sticks, but if they would have put a DVD player and dual analog sticks on the Dreamcast, I think we'd still be playing Sega to this day. But I think the Steam machine, you know, it's going to give the PS6 a run for its money, because I was thinking about this. The first PlayStation had a CD player. The PS2 had a DVD player. The PS3 and the PS4 had a Blu-ray player, and the PS5 has a 4K Blu-ray player. For all intents and purposes, the optical disc as a form of media storage is basically dead. Hell yeah, they should team up with Sega. I'll read that whole message. Yeah, the Dream Machine, that'd be sick. That would be sick. Yeah, Sega needs to make a comeback in the console war. But I don't know what's gonna happen with consoles. I think that's the Steam machine might end up being the new king of consoles. But I don't think that the PlayStation's gonna have physical media next generation. The Xbox, I don't think is gonna have physical media next generation. And the Steam machine obviously isn't gonna have physical media, so we're entering a new era where yeah, they're just all gonna it's just gonna be a whole new thing. It's gonna be purely gaming centered. Sony's, you know, an electronics entertainment company, but now since CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K Blu-rays, they're a thing of the past. It's all streaming now. It's all digital games. PlayStation's going to be missing that thing that sold the systems from this point on, and they're going to have to fully rely on their exclusive games and IPs and everything, just like Nintendo. So it's going to be a struggle for PlayStation this next generation, I think, because they have no entertainment media that they can use to sell the system. Like the reason why everyone bought a PS2 is, and it's the best selling system of all time, is because it's the cheapest DVD player of all time. That extra X factor is going to be gone now that everything's going to go digital. So it's going to be very interesting to see where console gaming goes in this next generation. I don't think Xbox is dead. In the same way that, you know, the Wii U was a total failure, and then they came back with the Switch, and it's the second best selling console of all time. So, you know, the Xbox this generation was a dud, even though it's a great machine. The graphics are just as good as the PS5, if not better. But the PS5 had a fancy haptic feedback controller, and you could buy any old SSD to upgrade the storage, and you had to buy a special Xbox storage to upgrade the storage on the Xbox. So it failed, but Xbox can come back next generation. It's supposed to be really, really super high end, like $1,000 machine, and Xbox can make a comeback. But PlayStation, they're gonna have a lot to worry about without having this CD, DVD, Blu-ray thing to rely on to sell the systems. They're gonna have to rely completely on their reputation as a gaming console, and that's a first for PlayStation, for the whole history of PlayStation. Because for a lot of people, PlayStation, even the PlayStation 1 was their first CD player. So. Yeah, it is the Xbox Cripe Edition, the Crap Edition. Todd Crap. I used to call Todd Cripe Toad Crap. Because he made me mad one time. Because I was talking about how some girl was fat. And then he was like, well, you know, and in front of like everybody, he was like, well, you know, you're fat too. And I was like, fuck you, Toad Crap. I've been playing soccer with you since I was 4 years old. How are you going to come out and be mean to me like that all of a sudden? But kids are mean. Kids are very mean. And Todd Cripe was no exception. Great soccer player, though. Great soccer player. You know, sometimes he might have been better than Joe D at sometimes. I played with both of them, and sometimes Todd Cripe would outscore Joe D. Joe Donahoe. Joe Donahoe was on the Tampa Bay Rowdies, so you know, Todd Cripe, he's credible. Oh yeah, he's in dad mode. Yeah, even Joe Donahoe, he's not a pro soccer player anymore. He's an insurance salesman. He got a real bad ACL injury when he was playing in college at Rutgers, and he did manage to make it into Major League Soccer. But he never got over that injury. Yeah, Joe D was truly exceptional. He was, his dad was Geico Insurance, but and I think Joe D works for Geico Insurance too. But I think that that Joe D's dad got sent to federal prison for some kind of serious white-collar crime involving Geico Insurance. So I don't think he works for him anymore. He was my coach in first grade when I was on the Terminators with Joe D. I liked his dad, but apparently he had a real dark side. But I used to love going to Joe Donahoe's house. In Fox Run. Going to Joe Donahoe's house in Fox Run. He had the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. Best of both worlds. Nice big house. And two hot sisters. The oldest one was not as hot and crazy. She like ran away and hid inside of the sewer drain, I remember. But the middle sister, super hot, and she actually her and her friends got together. She was in the 5th grade, I was in the 1st grade. And her friends voted me as the cutest 1st grade boy. That was one of the biggest honors of my life. Yeah, Jody's the oldest Jody's sister. She was fucking crazy, but she was hot too. But the middle sister, she was just a drop dead gorgeous. And also there was this girl that lived across the street from the Donahoe house that was really hot too, Sonia Bulware. I had a big crush on Sonia Bulware. She was a year older than us. She was in student council with me at Alphi Elementary. So it was great to go to Jody's house, play Super Nintendo and Sega, and see 3 hot chicks all at the same time. It was a great place to be in the 90s. Joe Donahoe's house in Foxtron, for sure. Sonia Bulware. I think she was Germanic, but she had like auburn hair, and she had a slightly olive skin tone and dark eyes. She wasn't blonde hair, blue eyes like the Donahoes. Yeah, Sonia. She was. She wasn't like blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah, she was in the 8th grade when we were in the 7th grade at Burns, so it was definitely that we're talking about the same Sonia here. We're definitely talking about the same Sonia here. Yeah, I had a big crush on her when I was I guess I was in the 4th grade and she was in the 5th grade. No, I was in the 4th grade, she was in the 5th grade. And I basically stalked her, thinking back on it. My dad was the student council president, or the student council like leader. He was the leader, and I remember she mentioned to my dad in a student council meeting that she went to daycare at the Brandon Swim and Tennis Club, and I was going to daycare at Alafia in this thing called Latchkey, and my dad was like, well, maybe you should try to get together with Sonia since you got a crush on her, and you should switch from Latchkey to the Brandon Swim and Tennis Club. So yeah, that's what I did. I switched to Brandon Swim and Tennis Club for daycare so I could be closer with Sonia. But she had a boyfriend that wore cowboy boots. She was very mean to me, very rude to me. I remember my sister even saying, like, I don't even think she likes you as a friend. So that didn't work out. And then I talked about this. I talked about this story at the BSTC. I ended up leaving the BSTC very quickly because of the of Sonia not being interested in me. But what really made me leave the BSTC was that I was in the locker room, and because you could go swimming there, so people would change in the locker room, and I went into every single locker and flushed every single pair of underwear down the toilet. Yeah, that's the Sonya I was talking about. and she didn't like me. I flushed every single pair of underwear down the toilet, and then like this autistic kid freaked out because he didn't have his underwear, and he ran out and ran all around the Brandon Swim Tennis Club naked. And I got caught because some kids that that were kind of my partners in crime, someone overheard them talking about it, and one of the workers there at the Brandon Swim Tennis Club heard them talking about it, and I was caught. I got caught. I didn't get kicked out, but I got in a lot of trouble. So that combined with Sonya Bulware's total lack of interest in me made my stint at the daycare at the Brandon Swim and Tennis Club very short-lived. But also I had to take a shuttle to go there after school, and because it's like 15 minutes away from my house, and so it was a long drive home too. And the Alphi Latchkey program, all I had to do was just go from class, and then we stayed in the cafeteria. We could go out in the PE court, and then I could be home in 2 minutes after my parents were done with work. So it was a lot more convenient. But there's a lot of good things about the BSTC program. I mean, you could go swimming, you could jump on the trampoline, you could go in the gymnastics room. They had a snack bar with snow cones. There's a lot of good things about it, but yeah, it was just I didn't want to have to take a shuttle and then have my parents drive me all the way home. So it was like an extra 30 to 40 minutes in the car every day when I was already tired from school. So it just wasn't the right fit for me. But if my stalking Sonya plan had gone through, it would have been very successful. But I'm just not the stalking type. It's unnatural for me. My dad, excellent stalker, a true coxman. If he would have set his predatory instincts in elementary school and a young Sonya Bulware, I guarantee you he would have stolen her from that cowboy boot boy she was dating. But I wasn't born with the same predatory instinct as my father. I'm more like my mom, a quiet lesbian, shy lesbian.
Sure, my colleagues laugh at me for chasing fairy tales, amongst other things, but I know they're real.
Yeah, it was a cool place, that BSTC. I think they changed the name of it to something else, but they had quite a few Olympians train there. There was an Olympian named Brooke Bennett that my sister would talk to when she was on she competitively swam at the BSTC. So that was cool. We would see Olympian Brooke Bennett, and then of course I talked about this in one of my videos. In the late 80s, Bruce Kimball, who was an Olympic diver, was training at the BSTC, and he was drinking and driving down Culbreth in a sports car, and he plowed over a bunch of kids that would hang out and drink in this empty street at the end of Culbreth, and they called it the Spot, and it turned into Jacob Albright's neighborhood. That was where Jacob Albright lived. A bunch of kids were killed by an Olympic diver in the late 80s in a hangout place for bad kids called the Spot. And it's actually very interesting because the reason the skate park of Tampa is called the Spot is because all the wood that built the original skate park of Tampa was stolen from construction sites at that neighborhood, at Jacob Albright's neighborhood, where the Spot was located, where all the kids were killed. So that's why the Spot is called the Spot, because it was all the wood was stolen from the Spot. They literally told me that. I was like, dude, I'm not trying to be a creep. Who told you what? I just saw that you went there when you were a kid, definitely delivered pizza there in your 20s. They literally told me that. I was like, I'm not trying to be a creep. Told you what? I think Scott texted me. Let's see what he had to say. Oh, Scott says, "LOL, whoa, Bayonetta madness." I sent him the video of me running every Bayonetta. Repaste. Oh. I'll text Scott that I'm live right now playing Bayonetta.
Do you believe in fate? Fate brought us here together, and it will never tear us apart.
Yeah, these graphics look so much better than they do on the Switch. Even the Switch 2. The only thing that makes the graphics look better on the Switch 2 is the frame rate is better. But it's 720p, this is 1440p. He's watching India videos.
Sayonara.
Like about the country India? I wonder if he's planning a trip to India. He's quite a traveling man. He's going to Tampa this weekend. Because I just sent him a package with
you know, in the language of flowers, rosemary equates to remembrance.
Genesis controller for Sonny, so he can play 32X Mortal Kombat 2 with Sonny.
Bayonetta.
Yeah, he's an early morning riser. He texts me in the morning too, but I'm only awake because I've been up all night. So by the time he texts me in the morning, it's already my bedtime. So yeah. Oh wow, I'm up late tonight. I usually I usually only stay up till funny videos. I wouldn't be surprised if he went one day to India. But it seems like to me he's more of he's more into going to Central America and the Caribbean. It seems like his big travel places. But he says that if they don't upgrade the online of Mortal Kombat Legacy Arcade Collection, that he'll travel to Bloomington to play with me if we aren't able to play it online because I've gone through so much this month. Trying to get this Mortal Kombat with the controllers and stuff. I didn't know you got laid off.
Smell that clung to the air the day my father was murdered. Which means I'm right on your doorstep, Bayonetta.
Welcome to the world of no job. You're in my world now.
The name is Luke.
if you stay unemployed, from my experience, you'll start waking up later and later every day until eventually you'll wake up at 9 p.m. like I woke up today. That's when I woke up today, was 9 p.m. That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you at least getting, like, unemployment checks? I know you told me you used to take the same medicine that I take. You should just apply for Social Security, and then you can really be a total be on spring break forever like I am. Because if you took the same medicine that I take, you're a good candidate for getting Social Security. If you really want to. Severance package, nice. Yeah, stretch it out as long as you can. Just go on an extended vacation. My sister, I hope you enjoy the 6 months, man. You know, it sucks to hear, but also congratulations that you get to take a little break. My sister, she went to law school. She was working as a lawyer for a few years. Very demanding job. Long hours, overtime. She worked at one law firm here in Bloomington, and then she was working at a law firm in Indianapolis, so she even had a long commute. Then she stopped working for a real long time. But now she decided that the lawyer world is not for her. Her husband is a manager at the local liquor store, and now she's delivering liquor, and she couldn't be happier. Popping 30 milligram Adderalls, driving around in her Prius with her music on full blast. Making tip money, making that tip money. Because for the liquor store, they have to tip. They don't. It's not like DoorDash. Like the tip is included with the delivery, so she's making good money, and she couldn't be happier. She doesn't even want to be a lawyer anymore, but she is. I'm in the middle of a lawsuit. I'm suing someone. So she's going to be my lawyer for that, but so she's not going to let her lawyer license lapse. Yeah, I wouldn't want to move to Dallas either. I wouldn't want to move to anywhere in Texas.
Name is Luca.
and I wouldn't want to stop working from home either. You probably get another job working from home.
Damn it! Wait!
You'll be back on your feet in no time.
I know what I saw that day.
Fuck Texas. I hate Texas. The only place in Texas that I think is kind of cool is Houston, because of all the rappers there. But I don't even like Austin. When I hear someone's moving to Austin, Texas, I think, could you be any more predictable? That's what everybody does now. Everybody wants to move to Austin, Texas. Everybody.
But I know they're real.
I was saying just the other day, you know, Austin is a cool city, very culturally diverse, very eclectic, very artistic, but there's one fatal flaw. It's still Texas. It's still Texas. That's the problem with Austin, Texas. It's still Texas. But everybody's moving there.
Which means I'm right on your doorstep, Bayonetta.
Yeah, last time I went to Austin was 2006, I think, and it was really cool back then because no one knew about it. But now everybody knows about it. It's like the new Seattle or something. Everybody from LA and California and stuff, all the cool people are moving to Austin because it's a new cool place. But before it used to be like a Texas's cool little secret that there was this cool town in Texas that had an awesome music scene and all these cool restaurants and stuff like that. Bob from Sound Idea lives in Austin, Texas now. He moved there, I don't know, probably like 10, 15 years ago. He's really happy, but Laura Cordy, your old flame. Chris that went to Bloomingdale, stock trader. What do you think of a Chris that went to Bloomingdale, a stock trader now? Chris Rich? Quiz Witch? They couldn't pronounce his R's. Quiz Witch? It's the only Chris I can think of that might be a stock trader in Austin now. That's another blonde kid from Alafia that had a really hot sister, Chris Rich. He had a sister, Jasmine Rich. Very hot, very hot. Not Quiz Witch. Remember, everybody used to say, Quiz Witch eats witch quackles. I definitely went to a few of his birthday parties. I'm getting a very vivid memory of playing a light bright at one of Quiz Witch's birthday parties. You don't really see light brights around much anymore. I definitely remember playing light bright at Quiz Witch's house. Hey Gabby. Girl. Chris Dunn. Oh, I know that name. Chris Dunn. Definitely know that name. I can't think of his face right now though. Let me bust out my Bloomingdale yearbook. Look for Chris Dunn. My cat's probably so mad at me that I'm up so late. Or up so early, or I don't know, I got my days and nights confused, but I already kept him up all night during their quiet time with my Bayonetta madness. I made a video of it, it's up, of me running every Bayonetta at the same time in my house. Life's all about making memories. I'll never forget that moment. I don't know what inspired me to do that, what got into me. Chris Dunn TV on YouTube. I'm gonna look him up real quick. Yeah, the only Bayonetta I didn't run during my Bayonetta extravaganza was Bayonetta for Wii U. I forgot I had that, but I don't even have my Wii U set up, so. $207,000 subscribers. That's nothing to shake a stick at. He's not getting 207,000 views. Getting about 3,000, 2,000, 3,000 views video. I'm talking about Bitcoin a lot. Oh, he hadn't posted in a while. Crypto Bro. He doesn't look... He does look familiar. I'm looking at him, his smile. I'm looking at his face and his smile. He does look very familiar. Yeah, it seems like a bro that's into crypto would definitely be living in Austin right now. So, he probably does live in Austin. What's his wife's name? I'm his wife. Alright. Nikki. 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 I'm thinking of Mickey. Mickey Munns. She went to Burns. Mickey Munns.
You only run away so fast
Nikki,
because you've got something to run from.
I can't think of a Nikki.
Me. But you
I like
can't
that name,
escape
though.
me forever.
Nikki Dunn. Spending that Bitcoin money. I bet Nikki spends all of Chris's Bitcoin money to buy shoes. That's what Bloomingdale girls do. They spend all their man's money. That's because they're taught by the Bloomingdale moms to do that. Fit trader chick. Oh, so she's in the business too. Let's see Nikki Dunn. Fit trader chick. some reason I'm just getting some African American fellow. And he's talking about crypto too. That's bizarre. Oh, I put fur trader chick. Fit trader chick. Nikki Dunn Trades. I don't recognize her. She looks like a hot mom. Let's click on her. Oh shit, that was from 11 years ago though. She already looks. She didn't get as many views as her husband. Nikki Dunn Trades. Yeah, Nikki Dunn Trades, yeah. She's not very active. This plays the stocks from $1 to $20. I used to play the stocks. Kind of. Basically what happened was my dad died. Me and my sister split his life insurance policy. My stepmom was in charge of it until I turned 21. So she put all my money in the stock market. I had an investment portfolio, which I slowly, it's like Homer Simpson when his head got turned into a donut, just slowly ate it piece by piece until I turned 30 and I bought my house and it was all gone. That was my venture into the stock market. I never really made that much money off of it. I don't think I had a very good investor. Or I just spent it. I think at the beginning when I had the portfolio, I was making like $1,000 a month off the interest. But the more I spent of it, the less money I got. And then I lost like $80,000 when in the 2008 thing, the Great Recession or whatever. Sorry, I saw what you saw. Said something about buying a house. Yeah, that was the best decision I ever made. Was buying a house, because if I wouldn't have bought a house, Scott basically described it as like you were in a plane crashing to the ground. You're about to hit the ground, and then you pulled up at the very last second. And that's what I did with buying a house. I mean, it's a shitty house. I bought it for $66,000. It says on Zillow that it's worth $150,000 now. But it's a shitty little house. It's only 800 and something square feet. And about 5 years after I moved into it, every single appliance went out. Furnace, water heater, refrigerator, washer and dryer. Half the electrical outlets don't work. I had to replace my roof. There's a hole in my ceiling in the back room because of the bad roof. So it's like I'm a squatter, but I'm a punk rocker, so that's what punk rockers do. They it's like Tyler Durden. You can't tell if he owns it or if it's a squat. Oh, running water. Yeah. About 5 years ago, my my hot water heater stopped working. It started leaking. So I called the plumber, and he said he could give me a brand new hot water heater for $800. I wish I would have done it. I really, really wish I would have done it. Borrowed the money from my mom. I wish I would have done something. Because I'd have water right now. But I would just turn the water off and on because of the leaking water heater. I'd turn it off and on outside and wash my dishes, take cold showers, flush the toilet, all those basic things. I did that for a couple of years, and I got that was fine. I didn't care. Then one winter we got a really, really bad freeze, and one time when I turned the water on underneath the water heater, I could just hear water pouring down, and none of my running water worked anymore, so the pipes froze. Then I've only called two plumbers to fix that. The first plumber I called was like, he said it would cost like $3,000 at least, because they'd have to go underneath the house, replace all the pipes underneath the house and all this shit. And he said they froze because I didn't have a furnace and I didn't have a hot water heater, so they froze. So they'd probably freeze again if I got it fixed. Because I'm not going to replace my furnace anytime soon. But yeah, my homeowner's insurance has like a $3,000 deductible anyway, so my homeowner's insurance won't even cover it. But then like a year ago, I called another plumber because my mom was like, I really want you to have running water. I'll pay for you to fix it. So I called another plumber, Peterman Brothers they were called. And they came in, looked at the hot water heater, saw all the water damage in my house and the black mold. I don't know if it's black mold, but it's mold that is black. I'm not showing any like symptoms of having black mold. I'm not sick or anything, so I don't know if it's black mold, but there was mold. I cleaned it all off, and painted over it with Kills primer, because the guy went out to his car. He said, I gotta go check some paperwork in my car. And he came back, the plumber came back inside the house, and he was like, I gotta talk to my boss because I can't work in this house because there's mold. It's not safe. But we have a special charity program where if you get rid of this mold, we'll fix your water heater and your pipes for free. It's called the Peterman Cares Foundation. But then they sent a letter to my house that was like, you have been put on the do not serve list of Peterman Plumbing. We will not enter your house ever again. So it was bullshit about the Peterman Cares Foundation, and I spent all this time painting my house and getting rid of the mold and spraying anti-mold spray and all this shit. It was all for nothing. So I haven't called any plumbers since then. Because I don't know, I don't care enough. There's a there's a water vending machine right behind my house that's 25 cents a gallon. So I just fill up jugs of water and flush my toilet that way, and have drinking water that way. And then I used to go to the gym and take showers. But I haven't done that in a while. I just go and shower at my mom's house like once a week. So I'm sure if I didn't spend all my money on video games and my cats, I wouldn't really have a problem coming up with $3,000. But I'm just so addicted to video games that I don't even have money for food. I was using my mom's Kroger card a lot. Yeah, I had, my pipes froze. Basically, long story short, my pipes froze. The first plumber said it would cost $3,000, so I didn't do it because my homeowner's insurance deductible is $3,000, so my homeowner's insurance wouldn't even cover any of it. I didn't even want to come up with $3,000 at the time. I mean, my mom was going to let me borrow the money. I should have jumped on the opportunity, but I let it slide. Every time I have a contractor at my house, I think they're going to try to rip me off. So I thought the guy was ripping me off by saying $3,000. Even though now, probably because of the tariffs, it would probably cost $10,000. Who the fuck knows how much it would cost now? But yeah, that was the first time. And then the second time, which was about a year ago, this plumber, the Peterman brothers, came to my house, and they wouldn't work on the plumbing because they said there was black mold in the house. But if I got rid of the mold, they would fix it for free under their charity program. And so I got rid of all the mold, and expecting to get a free pipes and water heater, but then they sent a letter to my house saying that my house was too dangerous to work on, and I'm on the do not service list. So I haven't called a plumber since then. And I have there's a water vending machine behind my house for 25 cents a gallon. So I just get my water that way. And I spend all my money on video games and my cats. So I just don't save up the money. I owe money for fixing my roof. And I just, it's fun not having running water. It's just not a priority in my life, I guess that's the best way I can put it. If I didn't have this water vending machine behind my house, I probably would have fixed it by now. But it's fresh, clean, filtered water, literally right behind my house. I have like 10 gallons of water that I go fill up every day or every couple of days. And that's how I get my water. And then I shower at my mom's house or the gym. And I'm perfectly content. I'm perfectly happy without it. It's no problem at all. I've totally adapted to it. Darwin's theory of evolution is survival is not based on strength, it's based on adaptation. And I've been adapting my whole life, so I've completely adapted to not having running water, and it's just not on my list of priorities. Instead of fixing my pipes, I'm definitely gonna buy a steam machine. You know, the cost of the steam machine will probably cover like 1/3 of the cost of fixing my running water, but I'd much rather get the steam machine than have running water. So I guess it's just really a matter of priorities. I wouldn't say I'm in abject poverty. I just have an extreme video game addiction, and I just like living rough. I like feeling like I'm camping. I'm kind of like a homeless person that has a house, is the best way I can put it. Yeah, owning a house is cool, but it is a buzzkill. Yeah, it is. Homeowners insurance sucks. Property taxes sucks. Even though property taxes is not a lot of money here, it's about $500 a year. But I owe a lot of back property taxes because I spent all my money on video games. Also, I would say I spend at least $1,200 a month on my cats, with their vet bills, their insurance, their vet insurance. They have to have special urinary tract water that's $12 a gallon. And they're old. And old cats have bad kidneys, so they drink a shit ton of water. They have to have special urinary tract cat food. They also will only eat Fancy Feast wet cat food. I have 2 cats that I feed that live on my front porch, and they'll only eat Fancy Feast cat food. I make let's see. I don't have to. I'm on disability, so I don't have to pay any taxes. So tax-free, I make $35,416.80 a year. So I'm not in abject poverty. I'm above the poverty line. I don't pay rent. I don't pay taxes. So if I were a working man paying taxes and paying rent, I'm probably in like the $50,000 a year range. So you know, don't feel bad for me. I just have old ass cats, and I spend all my money on video games. I mean, I spend way more money on my cats than I do on video games, but any money that I have, I don't think, oh, I should go to the grocery store, I should go buy food, I should fix my water, I should buy a refrigerator, I should buy a washer and dryer. I just, every single day, a new video game pops into my mind that I have to buy. Like, I just bought, this past week, every Bayonetta for the Nintendo Switch. 1, 2, and 3. And I even bought the collectible 2018 version of Bayonetta 2 that comes with the digital version of Bayonetta 1 for $80. When I could have just bought Bayonetta 2 for $40. But not only did I buy the Bayonetta 2 with the digital version of Bayonetta 1, I also had to buy the physical version of Bayonetta 1. Just because I wanted to fill up my little Nintendo Switch carrying case. And I couldn't have a physical version of Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3 without having the physical version of Bayonetta 1. Even though I have the digital version of Bayonetta 1 for the Switch. And I have the digital version of Bayonetta 1 for the PlayStation, Steam, and I have a physical version of Bayonetta 1 for PlayStation 3, and I have Bayonetta 1 and 2 physical on the Wii U. So that's why I don't have running water, is because I have seven different copies of Bayonetta 1, 3 copies of Bayonetta 2, and 1 copy of Bayonetta 3. And that's just Bayonetta. I mean, I'm out of control. I spent $400, or maybe even more, on Switch accessories in September. I accidentally ruined my Batocera, my emulation card for my Steam Deck, 2 weeks ago. So I went on. I had like an autistic meltdown about that. So I went on AliExpress and bought a new Batocera for $120 the next day. I was like, well, I guess I won't have a Batocera, but it irked me so much, it bothered me so much, I woke up the next morning and immediately bought a new Batocera on AliExpress, like that. I bought, preparing for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, I bought myself an $80 Sega controller, and then I bought a $70 Super Nintendo controller. And then I was like, Scott Jackaman has still not played me any game whatsoever on the Switch 2. He hasn't. He even deleted me as a friend on Switch 2. Gamers got a game. Yep, gamers got a game. They got to. That's just. I guess that's the perfect answer why I don't have running water. Is I'm a gamer. I'm a serious gamer. Gamers fucking piss in bottles and have neck beards and bottles of Mountain Dew all over their house and shit. It's a lifestyle. I clean my house though. It took me 20 years of regaining the neuroplasticity in my brain to be able to clean my house without taking Adderall. But I finally can finally clean my house without taking Adderall. So I do keep a clean house. But besides that, I live a very gamer lifestyle. But yeah, I bought this special $80 Sega Genesis controller that is like the only 6-button Sega Genesis controller that works with the Nintendo Switch. Guitars and electronics. Yeah, I was buying a lot of musical equipment at one time in my life too. I own a lot of guitars. I own a black Fender Strat that's the kind that's like the metal Fender Strat that has the tuning at the bottom and the top. I have a Fender Jag-Stang, a big half stack, a big combo bass amp, drum kit, small PA, few basses, a Washburn, several acoustics, a lot of recording equipment, an MPC, so yeah, I've definitely blown a lot of money on musical stuff too, but yeah, I forgot I have a Warlock as well. Yeah, they only sold Washburns. They're all about the Washburns. They had all those Dimebag Darrell posters all over the walls because Dimebag Darrell was the big Washburn guy. So I was real sad when Dimebag Darrell died because I was like, oh no, the Washburn guy died. And yes, you're right. Royden Music had a great feel, a great smell. It was great walking in there. It was like an adventure every single time I walked in there. There are quite a group of characters in there. My favorite character, one of my favorite characters was me and my dad called her Sue with nothing to do, and I found out she was Evan's drum teacher. So she wasn't Sue with nothing to do. She was Sue, the professional drummer. Remember the name of the little blonde kid that took lessons there? He was a Charlie student, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know his name. I don't remember his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. He was very good at guitar. He could sing and play at the same time. I remember that. He had moved in from out of town. And he liked country music. He played Ain't No Cure for the Summertime Blues in the Alafaya Talent Show. But I remember Charlie actually using him as an example to me, how I sucked at guitar and he was good at guitar because he practiced all the time and I never practiced. So I know exactly who you're talking about, that little blonde kid. He was good. Yeah, Sue with nothing to do. Turns out, I heard she was a hell of a drummer. She's like the Karen Carpenter of Royden Music. Yeah, I didn't find out that. I wish I could contact my dad in the afterlife and tell him that Sue with nothing to do was a professional drummer. She was not Sue with nothing to do. Yeah, that's what I heard. She's like the best drummer in Brandon. Pretty funny, pretty awesome. But she did have something to do. I guess I guess that when I had my lessons with Charlie, that was like her break time, and she was always at like the front desk area when we went in there. But she definitely had something to do. She was teaching every kid in Brandon how to play drums. And there was another guy in there that we called I'm Blind, because when he was checking us out one time, I was like buying guitar picks or something. He goes, his glasses just fell apart. They just like disintegrated. They disassembled just right before my eyes. I don't know how it happened. But then he goes, I'm blind, I can't see without my glasses, I'm blind. So me and my dad called that guy I'm Blind. But I always wished that I went to Mike instead of Charlie. That's probably I'm Blind then. That was probably I'm Blind was also a drum teacher then too, because if he had a googly eye, then he definitely would have been blind without his glasses. Yeah, that must be I'm Blind. He was a drum teacher too. So both of these crazy characters that me and my dad used to love seeing when we went to Royden, both drummers. Drummers are a strange breed of people. They're definitely characters. That's hilarious. Yeah, I heard they closed. They didn't have to close. They didn't go out of business or anything. The owner just retired and closed it down, and no one else took it over. I read an article about it on like the St. Pete Times website or something like that. It wasn't. They were still making good business. They were still doing well. But the owner had just been in the game for a very long time. He was at retirement age, and he just closed shop. Music Showcase, was that the one? The little place, the real little place that Alex Atwood took lessons at, that he bought a Spender Bullet at. Music Showcase by the Brandon Hospital, kind of. That's what I'm thinking of. Music Showcase. Need some more water, Katie? Okay, yeah, that's probably the same place because it did open after Royden. Yeah, they had a good guitar teacher too. Because Alex Atwood got really good at guitar really quick. I think Charlie was the worst guitar teacher. And probably the only reason why you're good at guitar is because you quit going to Charlie after not going to him for very long. I went to Charlie for, I think, 3 years. And I didn't learn shit. I didn't know shit. He had me play guitar like I was playing the piano. Like reading the notes, playing one string at a time, like learning how to play Frere Jacques, and like just like songs that you would learn on the piano. Yeah, he was he was by the book. He see if I can remember the name of the book. I can picture the Guitar Method. The Guitar Method. It was an orange book. And I would never practice it. Okay, so yeah, that's why you're good, because you got a new teacher. Um, oh, that's pretty cool. Finger fire. I like that. Yeah, that's like the spirit of what guitar should be, finger fire, not reading notes off of a book with Charlie. It was just boring. That guy Mike, who worked at Royden, the other one. Yeah, Adam Burdine. That was we were talking about Rachel Comstock. Me, you, and Adam Burdine. We all dated Rachel Comstock. He's a good guitar player. I was actually in a band that he was in, like a new metal band. He quit playing guitar, so the guitar player or the bass player became the guitar player, and I became the bass player of that band, his new metal band. A guy named John McCarran and Max Stazak and Ryan Harkness. Finger fire, dude. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he that shows that he went to the finger fire dude too, because he was a hell of a guitar player, and he could write a song real well too. We all the songs we played in that band he wrote, and that was a good new metal band. I don't remember the name of it, but and yeah, those were the days, printing out guitar tabs from AOL. See, that's the kind of shit Charlie didn't teach me. He didn't teach me about tabs. Like, I remember there was this Green Day book that had all the songs from Green Day Dookie, and it had the section on top was the guitar notes, but underneath were the tabs. And I saw that it looked very advanced with the guitar notes, because I was just learning the notes. But if I would have just known that the tabs were where you put your fingers on the guitar, I would have gotten that Green Day Dookie guitar book and learned how to play the Green Day Dookie with the tabs. But Charlie didn't teach me that kind of shit. He was into music theory. Yes, he would do that. He would if I did a good job at his music theory um, lessons, but I never did. I never practiced that shit. I just did my best with the timing, and I knew all the notes on the whatever you call that. And I would just play off the cuff. I would just read the music and play it. I never practiced it, and so he was always mad. And one time he just got so mad and he made me cry, and then he just stopped being mean to me after that, and just took his money and let me not practice and didn't say anything about it. But he would teach me a few songs. Um, oh damn, the cause. That's some advanced shit. No effects. That's some advanced guitar stuff. I learned like Come As You Are, Lithium, King for a Day by Metallica. I remember learning that. He would also like just have me play like a chord progression of like 3 simple chords while he would just sit there and do like blues noodling on the guitar. We did a lot of that. Like me playing along with him playing. I didn't really play guitar until that's a good band to wanna learn how to play guitar because of No Effects, because that's a really hard band to learn how to play. So that's why you're good at guitar, because you wanted to sound like a really advanced style of playing guitar. No Effects. Yeah, teaching notes from the book, The Guitar Method. Yeah, I did. I mean, I still suck at guitar, but I didn't learn how to sing and play guitar and write songs until I was at USF freshman year. My roommate would sit and play Dave Matthews covers all day, and I was like, "How do you play guitar?" And he taught me House of the Rising Sun, which has like every single chord in it. So I just would practice that and take Adderall and not go to my college classes. And I just kept playing guitar. That's what I did when I lived in the dorms at USF. I would play guitar and draw pictures and never go to class. So I just learned how to play guitar. And eventually my cousin told me the way to sing and play guitar at the same time was to write down what note you were going to with what word you were saying. So that's how I learned how to sing and play at the same time. And then John Madden couldn't play a show one time. Hell yeah, it does. Hell yeah, it does. Yeah, so that's what I did. I just practiced and took Adderall, and then one time John Madden couldn't play a show, so I just learned the John Madden songs myself and played acoustic and sang the John Madden songs. And then I played with Ghost Mice, a band here from Bloomington. And then the singer from that band really wanted to drive my hybrid car that I bought with my dead dad money, so he invited me on tour with him. And I played a few songs I had written myself, and John Madden songs. And then I moved to Bloomington and bought an electric guitar and a half stack, and I started playing with a drummer and a bass player. And then that was when I was 20. And then I just played in bands and played acoustic and wrote songs. I stopped doing that around 31. So a good 11 years I was writing my own songs and playing guitar and singing. But I never even like learned the E blues scale. That's the last thing that I have that I ever learned on guitar. That was probably the first thing I ever should have learned on guitar. I learned the E blues scale. All right, man. Thanks for watching. Good hearing from you as always. Yeah, I'll probably stop playing Bayonetta here for a while. After a while, it's kind of in a Bayonetta vortex right now. So sit here and play Bayonetta. Peace, man. Shit, that's hard. Alright, I'm gonna end this stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.